They're all in this pocket right up here. Yeah, there's a big one. I'm actually gonna let this guy walk because there's a school of smaller ones behind him.
One of the keys to long-term success is paying attention to the conditions as they change, and then planning your fishing trips accordingly. One such condition is the height of the Mississippi River, and if you've been paying attention, then you know that she's getting low. And when that happens, things get serious. And by serious, I mean the redfish get crazy in crystal clear water. While you can catch redfish year-round in Louisiana, this annual falling of the river makes for the world's best sight fishing you can ever do in your entire life anywhere on planet Earth. The best way I can teach you how to catch redfish like this is in my membership, LAFB Elite. But I'd still like for you to see what this experience is like. I've been putting in my time, learning where they ain't, covering water, and finding the best places to sight fish redfish. So, I made you guys this YouTube video, and it's here you'll get to see what it's like to go sight fishing when things get serious.
We're gonna pull in here and get the sun to our back. Wind really doesn't seem to be blowing from any direction. And we will start right here. Water clarity looks okay.
Very carefully get that into the water. All right, cool. So the lure that we're gonna get started with is this one, this baby pack crawl on a flashy swimmer. Very, very good lure overall. I do think that throwing this thing like on a 3/0 worm hook with a Texas rig in it, that's a good solution too. So as I'm pulling in here, I just note that I can see the bottom. I can see that gar right there. So what's good about that is that if you can see the gar, you can see the redfish. And I can see the bottom, I can see shells on the bottom. So that's good. A lot of my favorite sight fishing ponds have grass and shells, and usually as a consequence, clear water. And there's a sheep's head right down there. Hello, Mr. Sheepshead. I really like seeing sheep's head. And that's because there is this saying, where there's heads, there's reds. And you may have also heard, where there's rays, we stays. Seeing stingrays is good too. I can't really tell you why. I definitely have some ideas on it. All I know is that the best redfish ponds I sight fish have stingrays and sheep's head in them. And I'm seeing little bait. Oh my goodness, this stuff looks so good. Look at all the sheep's head right there. There's like 4 of them. You know, you want to have the sun to your back. It makes it easier to see in the water, right? But I'm also casting a shadow out in front of me, which I am out here early. I think, what is it right now? So it's 8 a.m., 8:10 a.m. It's not terribly early, but I'm definitely throwing a long shadow out in front of me, so I got to be careful to watch fish that might go into that shadow. Sometimes they can spook them. There's another sheep's head. Lots of shells. It's just gorgeous. And the wind is just dead calm. Dead calm. It is hot. Yeah, it's just going to be one of those days where I'm going to have sweat going in my eyes, and I already defogged everything to keep it from fogging up because I kind of anticipated that. But if it's just hot and that wind ain't blowing, it's just hot and that wind ain't blowing. That's it. Come on, where are the fish at? It looks so good out here. There's a stingray. Where there's rays, we stays. Something that's kind of working against me today is I have this sky that's partly cloudy, and you really need that sun. Now this water's clear enough where you can kind of see into it anyway, but you know, if there's a redfish 50 yards away floating at the top, I'm not going to see him. Not if the sun isn't up. If that sun's out, it'll light them up like a neon. It'll be beautiful. I'm seeing so many sheep's head, it's unreal. And more sheep's head. So many sheep's head are in here. This is about to friggin' turn into a sheep's head video. You know, a lot of this looks so good that what I may end up doing is just like anchoring down and just sit here and wait for them to come down the shoreline. But the thing here is that I don't even know if they're even here because I haven't even seen anything. You know, we just lowered the limit on the redfish and there really haven't been a whole lot of redfish out, which would be like why we lowered the limit, right? And it just may have to be one of those things where I have to sit and wait, but I'm worried that there just may not be hardly any redfish or zero redfish in here. Boy, there's no shortage of sheep's head. There's a freaking school of them dead ahead. Oh my goodness, there's got to be at least 10. They're all in this pocket right up here. Yeah, there's a big one. I'm actually going to let this guy walk because there's a school of smaller ones behind him. See how his fins are kind of folded in like that? Oh, and I stuck him out. He might be ready to eat. And then here's the other school right here. Got him. Oh, popped the line. Oh, that's like 10. That's at least 10. There he goes right there. Okay. Okay. That hurt my feelings. That sucks. That is a big old suck sandwich right there because it's just rare for something like that to happen, especially on this boat, but my guess is my line got frayed somewhere, then it broke. Anyway, how does that happen? Okay, all right, let's retie and get back out there. Like, we know the fish are here now. And we're actually gonna do a Texas rig here. That was some, that looked good on camera though, huh? Boy. All right, the color we're going to use here is called Tilapia Magic. All right, so we are retied and we are ready to rock and roll. Oh, man. Wow, that was just wild to see all the redfish were just packed into one spot, and that kind of makes fishing tough because then you can only cast at one. You really want them to be spread out. I mean, it's nice to see them in a school like that, but you really want them to be spread out because then you can catch them one at a time. There's the ever-present sheep's head. Hello, Mr. Sheep's Head. There's 3 more right there. There's like 5 or 6 or something. I can't even tell. Oh, that spooked him. Hang on, I got it. They're small though. Here we go. Ah. All right. Well, this may not be the skunk out of the boat because This guy may not even be long enough. See, used to, with the old limit, they had to be 16 inches long. Now they have to be 18 inches long. Let's see here. And he is. Because if you see on my upside down Gus's tackle sticker thing here, bang, just over 18 inches. Okay, well, here's the deal, guys. I am not keeping fish today. So we're gonna let him go. All right, so I am redeemed. Let's catch more. Technically, a limit would be 3 more of those. Redfish 18 to 27 inches, no overs, and that's it. Now, something else I like to do here is use this clicker to keep track of how many fish I count. Now, don't mind the 3 because, well, it's just stuck on 3. I'd say I saw 15. Like 10 in the first group, then 5 in the second one. And the reason behind doing this is so that I have an idea as to how many redfish it is that I see on my trips. It gives me an idea as to how healthy the area it is that I'm fishing. Like typically, whenever I fish an area, pretty much anywhere in Louisiana, like a standard Louisiana sight fishing trip, you're gonna count 60 something redfish, okay? Lately, I've been counting more like 20 or 30 something redfish whenever I go out, which is kind of tough. So to jump up to 15 right off the bat, I mean, to see those 2 schools like that, that's good. Hello, Mr. Gar. If you can see the gar, you can see the redfish. I'm looking around. I don't see any redfish, so there's probably not any redfish yet. There's a little redfish right here in front of me. Eat it. Got him. Redfish number 2, man, that did not take long. Dude, this shoreline is doing pretty dang good. It's doing pretty dang good. Bang, that's what I'm talking about right there. Redfish number 2. All right, bye-bye, buddy. One of the things you want to look for when you come out here looking for like a good sight fishing spot is you want to find something like this, where you have grass on one side and the bank on the other and a channel in between. Because as you can see, you know, it makes casting a lot easier. You don't have to worry about getting hung up and your presentation getting foiled. You can get in here and you can see redfish much easier. And they use it to eat too. They'll patrol up and down these channels. So I'm being a little aggressive here, meaning I'm just going down it with my trolling motor, you know, and clicking the trolling motor on and off to try and give me momentum so I can have a good quiet approach. But it's not a bad idea just to anchor down or let the boat blow up against the shoreline and just wait for them to come to you. There's one. I don't know if he's going to eat though, because I'm practically, he saw me. And that happens. Like sometimes you just don't freaking see them until you're right on top of them. But we'll click them in because that counts as a redfish scene. I see a little one right there. I don't think he's going to eat. There's a big one. There's a big one. Got him. Boy, he turned around. They love that falling action of the Texas rig. They love it. All right, so that's 3 because there was 2 others swimming with him. No, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I think there's actually more than 3, but I'm just going to call it 3. Now you'll see I'm kind of in a situation here where he went and hauled butt into, dude, there's another one right there. Unreal. They're freaking out. There's another one right there. They're everywhere. Okay, so now you see where I have like 10 pounds of salad on my line. Yeah, and the redfish just took off in the grass. That's tough. And this is why you use heavy line. This is 30-pound monofilament that I use, or if I'm gonna be fishing around grass heavier than this, I actually have a rod with 65-pound braid on it. Come here, buddy. Boy, they sure do come to the boat easier when there's, man, there's a school of like 4 of them right there. Oh my goodness, you can see them. You can see them swirl. What in the heck is going on? I wonder if the overcast weather has something to do with it. I can't boat flip this guy with a salad bar attached to him. Come here, stinker. Here we go. Okay. Wow, nice fish. This is a Louisiana pond donkey right here. That's a nice fish. Oh yeah. All right, let's put him back in the water. Put her back in the water since she's not croaking. I'm pretty sure it's a gal. All right, redfish number 3. Bang, we're doing it, making it happen. Now I got this salad to sort through, geez. So if you ever get in a situation where you have your line caught up in a bunch of salad like that, just go down to wherever your hook is, which is somewhere in here, bite that bad boy off, and then pull the line through. That's a whole lot better than having to undo that Rubik's Cube of underwater seaweed. Like, no. All right, let's catch another one. Now you may have noticed my handy dandy foot pedal, and that is just so much more helpful than, you know, having a handheld remote and you're like beep, 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 and then you see the redfish and you're like crap, and then you got to put it down, and then you got to pick up your rod and just no. There's one right there. Stay on that gas. Got him. Oh, I thought he didn't eat it. I was about to drop it, let him have another shot at it, but he ate it. Okay, now important learning tip here is drop that shallow water anchor so you don't burn up all that good water in front of you. You know, you already passed up this water back here. You don't want to burn that water in front of you. Come here, buddy. That's a good slot. Ooh, look at the blue on that tail. Look at how blue his tail is. Unreal. You're a gorgeous fish, buddy. Bang, and that's a limit of redfish, boys and girls. And now, if y'all remember that thing about long-term success that I mentioned earlier, that's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna find more fishing spots. And if you would like to learn the process to how it is that I do that out here on the water, but also before you go fishing, then you need to check out my courses, Inshore Fishing 101 and Sight Fishing Mastery School. You can get access to both of them inside my membership, LAFB Elite. Visit LAFBElite.com for more information, or use the link in the video description below. Tight lines, and thanks for watching.